Hi, this is Grażyna. Tony was talking to you for several days, but he asked me today to talk to you about something that may be helpful for your business. And I decided to talk to you about the new Psycho-Cybernetics. There is a book, what you see here, which I would recommend to everybody. This is The Original Science of Self-Improvement by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who is a medical doctor. Who was a plastic surgeon, but at the same time, he was using psychology to help a lot of people to start living their dream lives. And the list of people that he helped is amazing. And I would like to talk to you. Today, there are a lot of things that you can learn from that book. But today, I would like to focus on the very important aspect without which you cannot be successful and live happy life. And that is self-image. This self-image is actually the key to living without limits your life. So there is a quote here by Bruce Barton that actually describes it very, very well. And it says, "Nothing splendid has ever been achieved except by those who dared to believe that something inside them was superior to the circumstance." So this understanding the psychology of the self, can make a difference between success and the failure, and between love and hate, and also between the bitterness and the happiness. And this is so important to understand, because if you believe inside that you are a wealthy person to have the success, you will find a way, and the universe will create the circumstances for you that you will succeed. And this is, many people tell me, well, I will first earn money or before I invest in self-development. Well, it doesn't really work this way. You have to first become in order to have. So you have to work on yourself before you really achieve success in whatever you want to achieve. Would it be losing your weight? Would it be creating your better health, or succeeding in your business? The self-image, which is the good thing, is that you can change it. Even if you do not have a good self-image about yourself. So, for example, you say, I was never good in mathematics, I'm really bad in that. Well, actually, except maybe for the top level, anybody can master it. And that was proven over and over, that people who were tricked to become good students, they actually became good students, and they were enjoying it, and they were just because they just believe internally that they can. Already Jerry Ford, I mean, he's and his family is still controlling the business of the Ford family. I mean, he was saying, if you believe you can and you believe you cannot, in both cases you are right. So the self-image controls what you can and cannot accomplish, what is difficult or easy for you, even how others respond to you, just as certainly and scientifically as thermostat controls the temperature in your house. So look at that. Let's say the example. Somebody wins lottery, but their thermostat is set up on having only that much money, and suddenly they have much more. Well, thermostat, it means your self-image, your internal programming. And the circumstances, everything will happen that you actually will lose it. Because it is your internal thermostat is not set up on that level. Many people have thermostat on, okay, the only thing I can do, my family has always done, I cannot make more than, let's say, whatever, 3,000, 4,000 a month. You know, and you believe it. And whenever the opportunity comes that you can make more, actually something happens that you destroy that opportunity. So, but if you change your thermostat internally, all your actions, feeling, behavior, even your abilities, they all will change because they are all consistent with your self-image. And most important, you literally cannot act otherwise in spite of your conscious effort or willpower. So the most important is work on your self-image. So for example, if somebody has a fat self-image, they will say, I cannot have, I have sweet tooth, I cannot resist junk food, I cannot do this, or I cannot find time to exercise. Always something happens, But if you change the image, I can be fit, then suddenly only 10 minutes exercise will just, you will find time to it, and that will make a big difference. And the same is for the failure and success. If you have failure type, if you describe yourself as a failure, I never can make it. Well, or the victim type of personality. Well, the environment somehow will give you the proof that you are right, that you really have the failure type personality, that you really are victim of injustice. But if you say everything happens great to me, but it's not only just saying, because saying is, if you just say and without belief, it's not going to work. That is the reason why positive thinking doesn't work if you do not believe internally in that. So that means that you have to change and work on it. And what is fantastic is that it is in your hands. In this book, actually, there are practical applications, there are practical techniques how you can change that. So at this moment, let's say there is an area that is all possibilities, but because you put self-imposed limits, your limits are, you think that you are able only to achieve so much. But the area of a potential, what your potential is huge. Huge. So by changing your self-image, you can achieve amazing results. But you have to understand that success is from inside out and not from outside in. So if you keep the negative stories about yourself and the negative image about yourself, if you believe you cannot, if you believe you are that victim, you believe that everything happens to you, then it will happen to you. So some people think that they they can change the results if they change just their appearance. And actually, when they did the test, even up to 90% of the high school kids, they did not like their appearance. They think there is something wrong with them, which is pure false, because that has nothing to do with your success. There is many times I was thinking, why such a successful, beautiful, rich person is unhappy? Why they have some of them, they have such a destructive behavior. And the problem is that they do not feel good about themselves, in spite of success, in spite of good looks, in spite of, you would think from outside they have everything. They are still not feeling good about themselves. So the wealth, success, power are not guarantees of happiness and peace of mind. And that surging improvements of some personal appearance will also not guarantee that they will be happy with how they look like, because they have to change internally and be happy. That is the reason that one thing, what I always say to people, and the secret of the success is be grateful. Be grateful, start your day with being grateful, and to really live, that is to find life reasonably satisfying, you must have an adequate and realistic self-image that you can live with. You must find your self-acceptance to you. You must have a wholesome self-esteem. And there are many people. So in other words, you must know yourself. And I give you some examples still, and we finish. There are many people who benefited from this technique, which is called Psycho-Cybernetics. And one of them is very famous player of Green Bay Packers, Vince Lombardi. The other person is, probably you have heard about Jack Nicklaus. Many coaches use this technique to bring their people to success. Many entrepreneurs and business owners, for example, Ray Kroc, of course, the one who invented McDonald's, who started McDonald's Corporation. Also, probably you have heard Zig Ziglar. He said that the salesman's self-image has direct bearing on his sales success. When your self-image is solid, you can go from one prospect to the next, regardless of the reception you get. And there is another one. You think that you have to have competitive price, that you might be thinking, oh my God, my products are so expensive, how I am going to sell them. Let's look at that. One of the things that we teach is how to sell at prices higher than your competition. And that has more to do with individual business owners' self-image than it does with anything else. So I hope I was able to convince you that working on your self-image is step number 1 on your road to success. and just pick up the book and take a mental training. So mental training. So maybe till tomorrow, think about a person that you consider successful in whatever area you are, and just think about it or watch it. Watch that person and try to like mimic or work on the so that you can develop those features of being self aware and be sure of yourself. So that means tomorrow I will talk about how to awaken this automatic success mechanism within you. But today, just let me know, maybe you have some examples about this, what I just was talking about. So that means how self-image, how your belief about you, who you are, what kind of person you are. Are you worthy of success? Are you worthy of becoming rich? Are you worthy of anything that you want to achieve? How that can influence your life. Until now, thank you so much and talk to you tomorrow.